check it real quick. Yep.
Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
We'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Ba'ashir,
Ba'ashir,
Hakodash.
Hakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm the brother Amathia, and also the brother.
How's Milwaukee? Shalom.
Want to do a quick lesson, Lord willing, this will be edifying to the elect of Israel, who are you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. And then if the spirit resonates with you, you could possibly be a part of that, which is the nation of Israel, because it's not just about color. It is, we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So you could very well be an Israelite if you are of another nationality, but the spirit resonates with you, because we are scattered amongst the other nations. But the bulk of us are here in America. And as we see in America, things are about to take a turn for the worst. And that's why we're seeing these curses are um, going to start doing a 180
Right.
from the nation of Israel going into who? The wicked and also the heathens, because it is 18 nations in the world, because it's who your father is. All right, it's your pedigree of your father, which is you get the seed from. That's why you go into sperm. It goes into seed that flets into your to the woman, and that becomes what a living being, over a period of time up to 9 months. So we see these things that are happening, and we're seeing that these other nations, which the nation of Israel is one, which is the sons of the Most High, and you have the sons of the of man, which is the other 16 nations, and the 18th nation is the sons of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom. All right. And we know the story of Jacob and Esau. You can read about that in Genesis 25 through 27. All right. So, as we know, these things that are starting to happen over there in the Strait of Hormuz, all right, over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Middle East, that is the Lord is setting up the plea for the people. Can we get that?
Gone. Yeah, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3. From the top, it says, "For behold, in those days and in that time."
What day and what time? This is the day, the modern day and the modern time that we're in now. The things that we're seeing now is what is spoken about here in Joel. All right. And this is something that we're seeing that it was prophesied about. And now we're starting to see these prophecies come to pass.
Yep. When I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
See, and then we had, like I said, the Northern Kingdom when they sieged the Assyria, sieged them, the Assyrians. You had what the Northern Kingdom to come over here to the Western world, and then all later on after the Babylonian captivity, we went down to the west parts of Africa. And due time, what happened? We know about that. We had what the Atlantic slave trade that brought over what the Southern Kingdom. So that's what the Lord set our judgment up here to spend the rest of our judgment here in the Western Hemisphere, the bulk of us. And who had a part of us having been in captivity? You can read about that in Daniel 2, where you go into the statue of Nebuchadnezzar.
Right.
From the head is Babylon, all right, all to to like I said, the Neo-Babylonian Empire, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, all the way down to what the 10 toes that was part iron and part miry clay. That is the time we're in now.
Right.
So that lets you know, going into, if you read Psalms 83, we have had that all that captivity that we went through. All right. And it's not just them, like you say, these Gooks had us in captivities. All these other nations, that's what it talks about in Psalms 83. They came together and made a pact to say, let's cut them off from being a nation. So all of them is going to receive this judgment that the Lord is setting up for, as we're speaking out in Joel.
Yep. Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yeah.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
in the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, that's Yahweh Shaphat, which is what the Most High Yahweh's judgment.
Right.
All right, and He's gonna plead for His people. Can we get that plead?
The word plead.
Because you read, some people think if you reading that, they be like, come on, please, please, let,
Help me,
just help me,
please.
please. You know, no, that ain't the
Yeah.
Most High. All right.
Yeah. Yep, this word plead in the Hebrew Strong's H8199, shapat, to judge, govern, vindicate, punish,
Woo, vindicate,
execute judgment.
and who is about to vindicate? The nation of Israel,
Right.
and mainly
The
the
elect.
elect.
Yeah, scripture speaks about the lawful
Mhm.
captive in the book of Isaiah, the 49th chapter.
Right.
He says, who may proclaim unto tyrants to loose the lawful captive. You see, because we're all the nation of Israel is captives. See, but Yahweh Bashemal Shah is poised to and set to deliver the lawful captive, which is the elect, those that's keeping the law, statutes, commandments through faith in Yahweh Bashemal Shah. You know, and ultimately, you know, not being conformed to the image of this beast system and not taking that chip, man. Okay, ultimately, you standing stiffly for the names of Yahweh Bashemal Shah. Okay, you fulfilled the law. As you read the book of Second Ezra, second chapter, that vision that the prophet Ezra received of, the multitude of the elect, being crowned, it says, these are they which have fulfilled the law. You see? And how did they ultimately fulfill the law? By standing stiffly for Yahweh Shah. So we have to, continue to, live this movie out. Okay. Go through, the necessary, processes, if you will, to get to that point. But the victory is already written. The elect has already fulfilled the law, and there's no condemnation or no charge you can lay against the Lord's chosen, against his elect, man. So this is why he's about to vindicate and judge on their behalf, man.
That's right.
Let me go back to that, Joel.
God.
Okay. Joel chapter 3 and verse 2 again. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yeah, and he gathered the nations. All right, here basically they have came through, and now we're seeing the end of things that are happening now, because this is going to be the third woe that the Lord is basically rounding up the other nations to receive. And see, the thing is, a lot of the 2/3 is going to be about to be caught up in this.
All of 2/3.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
like you said, because they going over the valley of Jehoshaphat, we
Uh-huh.
seeing they finna start putting boots on the ground. And
Okay.
who are one of the main ones that going on social media? Jake. You know, they
Yeah.
don't want to go. They basically trying to say, hey, I didn't sign up for this. See, and see that's the thing. See, you supposed to put your faith in your faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. Put your trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. But see, you still want to put your faith in Esau.
All right.
All right. And still, like I say, Jake finna clear call up in this in the Valley of Jehoshaphat among with these other nations, these heathens.
Either you in the army of Yahweh Shemal Shah or you in Esau's army.
Yeah. And then the same thing, like even over here, like you said, you were just mentioning, like you said, that sea hip is going to eventually be brought out. That's why, like you said, this economy is going to be brought down, and in due time, they're going to set up for this sea hip, the Karagma, and who the and see the elect. All right, they're gonna stand up on their feet. They're not gonna bow the knee to Baal. But the 2/3, they don't know the Lord. They rejected the knowledge, so the Lord is gonna reject them and cause them to do what? To say, help us again, and they're gonna look towards their enemy for help.
Because that's all they know.
That's all they know.
They don't know. They don't have an established relationship and history and a bond with, Yahweh Shemal Shah. So, like Esau's all that they know.
Right.
All our people know is just, trusting and oppression. So that's what the Lord's going to give you. He's going to give you over into that. Second Thessalonians 2:11, because they receive not the love of the truth. Therefore, the Most High shall send unto them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, and that they all might be damned.
Can I get something for you?
Okay.
I want to read it in NLT. This is 2 Corinthians 6:14 in the NLT. It say, "Don't team up with those who are unbelievers."
Man.
How can righteousness be a partner with wickedness? How can light live with darkness?
Yeah, don't team up with those as unbelievers, man. You see, and you got a lot of Israelites. They've compromised, their integrity. I'm speaking about Israelites who know that they're Israelites. They've compromised their integrity and teamed up with unbelievers. And you got what was that, this knockoff camp, Sons of Thunder,
Right.
which they're not the original Sons of Thunder, but this knockoff camp Sons of Thunder, they done teamed up with the Nation of Islam. IUIC did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Teamed up with the Nation of Islam. The 501c3 tax charter, but they're listed underneath, Islamist organization. But you see
Yep.
what that's going to lead. He's turning his scope up on Islamic terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
But you see Jake, clumped up and bunched up in along with them Islamic niggas, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so that's your covenant with death and hell is about to be disannulled, man.
Yep.
Okay, and it's going to break forth like a like a breach as scriptures goes into, man. You see, so that's ultimately your dessert. Scripture speaks about dessert, render unto them their dessert. That's going to be your dessert for ultimately teaming up with unbelievers, as if that's going to be some type of safe haven
Right.
outside of the impending judgment to soon to come, man.
Yeah.
There's only one way out of this, and that's through Yahweh Bashar Shai, having faith, in the Son, man. Scripture says, kiss the Son, lest he be angry and you perish in the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any spiritual, bone in your body, man, you'll be in the spirit of, getting on Yahweh Shai's good side, man.
Right.
Because he's the one that's going to bring the danger. Second Ezra 13 chapter in the GNT, it says, for the one who shall bring the dangers in those times is also the one that shall keep from the dangers.
Right.
So ultimately, hey, you want to be saved from the wrath of Yahweh Bashar Shai. Fuck Esau. Esau is just a left-handed vessel. So ultimately, man, we're getting to the root. Okay, we're fearing the Lord, man.
Yep. You mentioned the Sons of Thunder. Then how should I tell his mother that surely they would you don't know if they want to drink of this cup, but they do, surely they will drink of it.
All right.
All right. So the thing is, you trying to join hand in hand with these different um groups and trying to basically steer away from the Lord. We seeing all these camps now. Now he's trying to stop the calling on the name. These some camps try to stop calling on the name. Some camps are trying to say that Esau. They don't even look at all nations. They just want to go with Esau can be delivered. See, you're trying to get away from this judgment. See, if you're going to drink up this cup, we want to drink up the cup through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, righteousness.
Right.
We don't want to be in over here on the opposite side where you finna receive that judgment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and like you say, oh well, they're gonna come down on y'all too. Yeah, yeah. Like I say, we know persecution is gonna come, but like I say, we want to have the 100% truth and be in that great boldness when that time comes.
Yeah, and the victory is promised for those that's not going to
Right.
bow the knee.
Mm-hmm.
See, so yeah, like the priest is going into, yeah, we know they're going to come after a particular of the true prophets.
Yeah.
You see, but a standard, hey, Jake don't have faith in that standard that's promised.
Mm-hmm.
But a standard is promised. Okay, for the Lord's elect, when the enemy shall come in like a flood,
Yep.
and when he starts to put his hands upon the Most High's anointed and his prophets, what did he say? Hey, do my anointed, touch not mine anointed, and
Yeah.
do my prophets no harm. When Esau starts to do that, okay, that's when you're gonna really see a
Mm-hmm.
major shift in things. Ultimately, Yahweh Shai gonna come back, man,
Yep.
and finish this goddamn devil off. So yeah, particular prophets, particular men of the Lord, they're gonna be numbered right along with the transgressors, just as Yahweh Shai was. You see, but in no wise can you know, um, take away from the victory that's already written. Second Ezra
Mm-hmm.
7th chapter, it says, can I grab that real
Yeah.
quick? Let me see. Believe it's victory, oppress. Yeah, Second Ezra 7 and verse 45. It says, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do, okay, to make somebody not of the elect, and there's nothing you can do to make somebody of the elect, and vice versa. You can't make yourself of the elect or not make yourself of the elect. You see, and Esau, okay, he can come down as cruel as he wants, as wrathful and vengeance as he wants, with against the Lord's elect, but the victory's still gonna come to them, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because Yahweh Shema Shah put his name on that, man. See, and the
That's
Lord
right.
is not a man that he shall lie.
That's right. Like you said, when these times coming, when they can be kicking in your doors, when all hell break loose, what it says in Second Ezra 16, then shall be known, roughly paraphrased, then there should be known who my, hold on,
Yeah, who my chosen
who
are.
my chosen are,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And Lord, he, like I said, he do have a chosen. He had the chosen out of the nation of Israel. And like I said, that's the elect, 144,000, the governing body. All right. and ultimately, like I said, a remnant. All right. And like I said, we want to be in that number. We want to be in the number where we're trying to basically join hands with the Esau. That's playing, trying to play both sides of the field. All right. And the Lord said, it's no gray area.
That's spiritual adultery.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. You can't have two two husbands.
Right.
You want to still hold on to Esau while you still do it over here. Because what? You want to continue to grow in this kingdom. All right. But you know what I'm saying? The Lord said this kingdom is probably going to be brought down.
Absolutely.
All right. This world is for many, but the world to come is for a few. And why they say that? Because you're gonna have a small number of remnant that's gonna come in and bring in and usher in the new kingdom that's gonna reign forever and ever. All right, that goes about that in Isaiah 9. All right, the governing body, and that's gonna be ushered in. But we would rather be the ones that's going to be beamed up, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5, Revelation 18, what it says, be not partakers of what, just be not partakers of what? The destruction that's about to come.
Right.
All right. All these scriptures, Isaiah 26, the last couple of verses, all these scriptures that's talking about the destruction that's about to come into this earth, especially here in Babylon.
Man.
We don't want to be caught up in that. But the two-thirds, they still want to be caught up with them. Like I said, you have these other Israelite camps that want to play the field. All right. Then, like a woman, they're still whoring.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, in the Lord, like I said, that's adultery.
Yep.
So the Lord is going to bring forth the destruction, and you're going to get caught up in it. All right. So these times that we're seeing now, it's high time to wake up out of sleep because our salvation is nearer than we believe. And how do we know that? By the prophecies. We're seeing what's happening, and you having some camp that ain't even talking about the prophecies.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
they're not even going into what's happening. And if they are, they giving you they bringing it down all wrong.
Yep. Scripture say his watchmen are dumb dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Not able to bark. That's these other camps, man.
Yep.
Like you got all man, it's a plethora of things you can prophesy about. It's so much to prophesy about right now, man. It's not even funny. But yet you're not hearing a word out of these other camps. Ultimately, why? Because they're false prophets.
Right.
And if they do, okay, do a video or go out to the highways and byways, they breaking them down all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you've always one thing throughout the history of time is that you always have more false prophets than true prophets.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord, we're in the times where the Lord, He's setting that line of difference, that distinction, okay, between the true prophets and the false prophets.
Yeah.
See, Malachi the third chapter goes into that. Things shall you discern and return and see. As a matter of fact, I want to mess it up. Malachi 3. Things shall you return. Let's see. Here we go. Malachi 3. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Verse 18. Then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth Yahweh by Shemawashai and him that serveth him not. See? So this is why ultimately the Lord has all these different false doctrines floating out here, man. Okay, it's to get all the undesirables out the way, sift them. Okay, with this, with these lies, and ultimately to gather His elect through the truth. Okay, so there must be divisions among you.
That's right.
As the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 11 chapter, he says, when you come together as a church, okay, there's divisions, but there must be divisions so you who have the Most High's approval will be recognized.
That's right.
And very soon the men of the Lord about to be recognized. Okay, because everybody watching the prophets, but nobody wants to recognize them. You got all these fucking red pillars and these so-called woke niggas and different podcasts. They taking the talking points of the prophets. Okay, but the prophets not recognized. That's cool because Yahweh Shah's not even recognized. So once Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bashar Shah, okay, get that glory. The Lord said He's going to make His men a name and a praise and a fame in the earth.
That's right.
Here on this side, man. All right. So all you false prophets, you're about to lose, man, and you're losing now. You don't even know it.
That's right. We're getting off on
Yeah.
this. This is Matthew 25 and 31. It says, "When the Son of Man shall come in His glory, and all the holy angels with Him, then shall He sit upon the throne of His glory. And before Him shall be gathered all nations, and He shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
All right.
And He shall set up the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left hand." And like I said, the Lord is setting that up. Like I said, and it starts what? With Him gathering up these nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat. He's finna get these he finna cause Esau to make things happen where it's gonna be chaos in the streets. And through this chaos and through this madness, the Lord's gonna start separating the sheep to the right hand and the goats to the left. And you don't. And what manner of man will you be when these times come? Are you
Right.
going to be um, part of the 2/3 that's going to try to hold on and you end up on the left hand side, or you going to basically have faith and belief in that 100% truth and going to continue on and be on the right hand side?
Right.
That's like I said, that's something you have to think about because these times are short. Like I said, that the time is getting short. The night is far spent, so you better get ready. All
Mm-hmm.
right, spiritually prepping. We got to spiritually prep every day.
God.
Hey, so with that, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. We'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Hakodash,
Hakodash.
the bonus to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing his word and truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.